Nation, are we here?
The best show for Chicago sports.
Oh my God!
Yeah. What's good? Said what's good? How y'all feeling today, man? It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us for another daily show. On the docket today, how does this Bulls team bounce back after a hard-fought L to the Milwaukee Bucks in game one? We're going to be looking at what we saw in the game, looking ahead at what we saw in game two, and of course, looking around the NBA at some of the other games that happened on the docket. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us as always, man. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page as we do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. We don't want you to miss the thing, so make sure that you hit that bell. And we finna get this thing cracking, man. Shout out to y'all for pulling up. Shout out to y'all for showing love. C-Red Nation in the building, baby. C-Red Nation in the building, baby. We good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Let's keep it going, man. Let's keep it going. 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 How are you guys? Chicago out here tweaking, ain't it? I'm not talking about the team. I'm talking about the city right now. What's going on? I woke up this morning, 6 a.m., get the dogs ready. Yeah, I'm saying a little walk. Got to take the trash out, crack open the door. Why is there snow on my ground? Why am I looking at snow on the ground? Anybody else wake up to that surprise this morning? I woke up this morning confused. I was like, I was outside with no coat yesterday. I was tweaking out here. But we gonna keep it pushing, man. Appreciate y'all for showing love. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. Had a great time, man. I miss calling games, bro. I'm not going to lie to you, bro. It's going to be weird in, like, the offseason. And I'm going to still call, like, we're going to call Chicago Sky games and stuff like that. But it's going to be so weird in the offseason where I'm just, like, not calling a game every other day. That week off was weird, bro. But at least we not in the offseason yet. Yesterday was a tough game, right? Yesterday was a tough game. Bulls fought hard, took the L. Didn't do what we wanted to see them do. Or did they? Right? Or did they? There's a lot of people that are upset this morning, of course, because DeMar doesn't shoot well. Didn't have a great shooting percentage. Zach LaVine didn't. Nobody really had a great shooting percentage. I think Vooch is, you kind of understand, right? But no one really shot the ball well for the Bulls. And going into this game, what did I say? If you're not going to shoot the ball well, you're going to be in trouble. If you're not going to shoot the ball well, you're going to be in trouble. Shout out to the chat. Who all's in here, man? We got Cornelius in the chat. Shay's in the chat. Auntie Deja in the chat. What's good, sis? Joffrey in the chat. What's good? Jay in the chat. Jay Sanders, what's happening? John in the chat. What's good? Justin in the chat. What's good? Nate G in the chat. What's good? Yesterday was a tough loss, right? Because you felt like that was the one that you could get. You felt like that was the one you had a shot at getting. You felt like that was the one, Baki in the chat, Maul in the chat. That was the one that gave you your best opportunity to deliver that starting punch to the mouth, right? But you got to find your way to success through the struggles we saw yesterday. How do we get to that point? That's what we're going to be breaking down in here. As we welcome in the man, the myth, the legend, who was in Stu last night with us, man. It's always good to have my brothers in the building, man. Stefan Adon in the chat.
What's good? What's good? What's good?
We got to get your camera right, bro. That's our goal this week, dog. You look like you are locked away in the penitentiary right now, dog. Loose hoodie, no shirt underneath it. Adidas hoodie, no shirt.
Hey, dog, listen. For some reason, it's mad cold. Like,
bro, it's winter outside.
It's legitimately snowing outside.
What's happening out here? We all upset.
Hey, it's legitimately snowing outside, dog.
But nah, man. Hey, listen, we were just getting into it, man. So appreciate you tuning in and rocking with us, man. By the way, if you guys haven't done so, man, hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We qualified 2 more people for the Ayo Dosunmu giveaway last night. Who we have last night? Last night was Alex, Angel, and James. Shout out to y'all too, man. Hey, Black Dank said you on Cell Block 8.
On me.
Ringo in the Disney dungeon. Hey, that's a good one. I love this channel, dog. Mugs really be coming out roasted for absolutely no reason. It's just what we do. It's Chicago till we die. No, but I was talking about, right, like, you did everything last night. How do you look at last night's game, right? Like, you did everything you could last night to win that game, but you didn't shoot the ball well.
What's good, Deja?
And you lost. Realistically, what we end up losing? 93-86?
93-86.
It was really closer than that, right? Because you end up playing the foul game on the last 2 plays where you had no shot at it anyway. I feel like you can come out of that game saying, if DeMar DeRozan doesn't continue to shoot that way, if Zach LaVine doesn't continue to shoot that way, which I think those two, right, I feel better about them shooting a better percentage, then you have a shot in this series. But you also have to ask the question, can the Bulls play defense like they did the entire series? That's hard-fought defense they played that entire game, and can you play it that entire series?
For me, I think they can. Like I said last night, I feel like at minimum they showed you this is the team that everybody's been asking for 2 months, and look, we here, we showed up as best as we could. So that the defensive intensity was there. I think the main reason why they lost the game, 2 reasons. I mean, look, we're not gonna keep saying it. Like you didn't hit shots, and the DeMar DeRozan absolutely so right now, which is why it's snowing out here in these streets.
Hey, DeMar was so cold he brought the snow with him. Hey. DeMar was icy.
No, DeMar was big icy last night. But I think this is gonna be a confidence boost for game 2. Now, how is that gonna carry over now? Because you gotta figure that the Milwaukee Bucks are also settled in. So we'll see. We'll see. I do want more minutes for Ayo though. I want 7 more minutes from Ayo.
You know what? I like what Marv said last night when he called in on the show. Shout out Marv, man. Do you get more from Ayo by putting him in less positions versus Drew Holiday? Now, you didn't get a ton from him either way last night. I would have liked to see a little bit more from him personally. I would have liked to see more from. I think there's a lot of people we would have liked to see more from, right? P. Will, you didn't give me enough. Zach LaVine, you did some good things, but you didn't give me nearly enough. I'm okay with what Vooch gave me. I can argue that Vooch gave you the best game out of anybody on the court. You know what I'm saying? And that's Giannis included. I can agree with I can look at that and say he gave me, and I get like he shot 2 for 10 from 3. He can't do that. I understand. I would rather have him shoot at a high percentage, but unfortunately, you have to have him take those shots. Right. There's no other option. It's that or Brook Lopez is in the paint. And for me, right, I looked at last night's game and I saw where our deficiencies was, and it's the same things. And I'm gonna be real with you. I feel like you can do. Not only can you win that game, but if this series continues like this and they can find that shot, because again, like we said, it's incredibly wide open. It's incredibly like we're watching Vooch jack up wide open 3-pointers. So wide open. We're watching Kobe White get wide open 3-pointers, and Kobe knocked down a couple of his. We're watching Zach LaVine, who shoots it at a 38% clip, get wide open 3-pointers. I don't know. I'll be honest with you, right? It's gonna be tough, right? If you don't find it, you're not gonna win this series. But if this Bulls team finds it, they legitimately could win this series. And that sounds crazy to say, right? These are the world champions. They're gonna change things up. They're gonna do, but Milwaukee's played us the same way all season. Even in the game where they really got us, the Bulls didn't play bad defense. Milwaukee was knocking down shots over really good defense. Now, I think that could be something that we might see in game 2, which is something that is a little bit scary, right? Because like we said, listen, he's Chris Mid. I don't have this. There's some people in Chicago that would make you believe that he is a superstar in the making. You know what I'm saying? And that he can play through the shot, and he's always going to be there. He gave you a solid 11 last night. But when it's going, it often doesn't matter what defense is in his face. He has that ability to get hot, and all of a sudden now he's unstoppable. Right? So I don't take that away from him, but you have to continue to play the level of defense you saw in that game. And the biggest question for me is, while playing that defense, can you find it on the offensive end? Because there is a lot to be said about how one end of the floor takes so much out of you. The Bulls had to do everything they could in their power to keep that offense from going to work in the paint. They were legitimately just like, no, you're not getting this rebound. Vooch, get the ball. We're down here. Everybody's boxing out. And they looked dead on the other end of the floor. That's going to be tough. Right? Middleton, right. Steve-O said Middleton and Holiday shot bad. But it wasn't just because they were missing open shots. It was good defense. I give the Bulls credit when credit is due. They played good defense last night. But is it taking too much out of them offensively on the other end?
I mean, I'm not gonna say that, but even then, I mean, you got to step up. I mean, this is what you get paid to do.
Yeah,
it's what you get paid to do. I mean, and look, like we've been saying all season, that's the NBA champions. So you got to come with it. If you can't come with it, you just can't be on the floor. In terms of the Ayo Dosunmu point about him getting more minutes that Mars said last night, he played 39. So I don't see where the extra minutes come from, unless you take minutes away from Kobe White. Yeah. I mean that because he played 39 last night. I think
played 39 what?
You said what?
I didn't play 39 minutes
last
night.
No, I'm saying Drew played 39
minutes. Drew.
Yeah, Drew played 39 minutes last night. So I don't see that. I don't see that really changing for them. Yeah, I don't see where you get the minutes for Ayo unless you take minutes away from Kobe or maybe a DJJ.
You know what though? I'm not mad at it, right? Because you want your best lineup on the floor. Unfortunately, your best lineup might not include Ayo Dosunmu right now, right? Mm-hmm. And that's okay. He's a young guy. It wasn't supposed to. Ayo's outplayed everything in that we ever held him in expectation this season, right? He has balled this season for us. Shout out to Ayo Dosunmu. But what I'll say about this is that if you're talking about where how he affects the game, right? If Drew Holiday gets going, this game is out of hand.
Right.
If Drew Holiday gets going, you don't have a chance in this, even if you're shooting badly, right? So for me, I don't want Drew Holiday to get going. So to avoid that, what do? I put Caruso in to start the game. He's a better defensive player. He can play he can play Drew Holiday better. And the thing is, off of the switch, right, on a lot of those, it's pick and roll with Giannis. Caruso at least has a chance that, hey, I can get in here, get the swipe, because he's got the body for it if he switches on to Giannis. Nobody's stopping Giannis. But he's at least got the body to, like, all right, I can stand here. He's strong enough. He's been in this moment. He's played Giannis a ton. He understands how that game goes for him. With Io just don't have the body for it right now. Not to say he never will, not to say he can't become an Alex Caruso in the future, but he just doesn't have the body for it right now. And so defensively to start the game, I like that. And of course, off of the bench, everything off of the bench this series is going to be situational, don't you think? Like, it's going to be based on where we are. The swap
it's
where you saw like Muggs getting switched in on why aren't we seeing more Tristan? Why aren't we seeing more DJJ? Why aren't we seeing? It's because you were down 16. I needed somebody that was going to score the ball. Unfortunately, I told y'all there's 4 scorers on this team. Kobe White's the other one.
No, yeah, and like I said last night when Kid and Bram were asking about Tristan, like I feel like everything in this series, depending on how this game goes, is gonna be matchup based. Like Tristan might only see the floor for 5 to 7 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Derrick Jones Jr.'s minutes are probably gonna come depending on if P. Will gets in a foul trouble or not. So the thing is, I mean, like it's like you said, like technically you pretty much gonna have to roll with who you got. Which I mean, it's kind of sad because some of those guys, especially Io, is the guy that got you here. But I mean, if the matchup, ain't really the right matchup, I can't throw you out there because then at that point, I think Billy's looking at it as I'm not saying that you're a bad player. Yeah. You're just a liability for me in these types of situations, and I can't have that.
And I like coaching that way, right? We talk about Billy Donovan often not making decisions quick enough for us. We talk about Billy Donovan. And listen, I'll agree. Billy lets the players try to sort things out to a point. When Billy does step in, it is swift. It is quick. You saw on that drive, Drew Holiday got that drive. What was it, 25 seconds into the third? Drew Holiday drives in a bucket for an easy lay. Billy Donovan, I'm sick of this shit. I just told y'all. Hey, Billy was working that gum out on the other side of that mug, bro. But no, man, like I don't know. For me, right, I'm looking at the game, and I think it's just how it's officiated and how it's being coached, how it's being officiated, how it's being called. Like even with Giannis at the end of the game, you saw Bud. Bud was swapping him out offense for defense. He was taking Giannis out on the defensive end, his best defender. He was taking him out on the defensive end. Why? Because he had his 5th foul. He should have got his 6th on that over the back.
Dog, that was so.
I love that J Mart tries to listen, Bucks.
Bro,
I love arguing with
his logic. I'm like, dog.
He's like, at that point, y'all was shooting terribly. Doesn't make that not a foul.
He clearly has box out position.
Hey, but we told y'all. I'll say this, right? I'll say this about it. We told y'all all week before this game, you're not gonna get foul calls. You got foul calls. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was more surprised at how many foul calls the Chicago Bulls got yesterday than anything. You actually got a decent amount of foul calls yesterday in that game, and I was surprised when Giannis did the clear push off. I was completely caught off guard that they called that one. So I think that for me, right, you have to you have to work through those calls. And the problem is, right, the calls became crucial because you put yourself in that hole. The calls became crucial when you put yourself in that hole. You don't want the calls to be that big. You don't want the refs to put you in that position. And if you don't shoot, let's be real, if the Bulls shoot 30% from three last night, we're not even talking about the call on P. Will. We're not. If the Bulls shoot 30% from the 3-point line last night, we're not even talking about the call on P. Will because it doesn't matter because the Bulls are walking out of there with a dub. So you listen, it starts with the players. Do I think like the officiating down the stretch, the officiating was worse. The officiating for most of that game was fairly consistent, I would say. I think that fourth quarter was really bad when you really need it, right? Like some of the obvious things that weren't called, but I don't feel like you I mean, what do you think? I don't feel like you saw a game that was poorly called the entire way, do you?
No, it wasn't poorly called the entire way. I will say that, I felt like Billy, at least the one call where it was it was exactly 2 minutes and 5 seconds left on the clock, and you know that it can't nothing be challenged. After that, like the refs got to do it, and like it was a clear that it was a clear charge, and he's just like, we gonna sit on this, and y'all was up one. Y'all was up one.
But you can't challenge under 2 minutes?
Nah, you can't. I don't think you can. I don't think you can.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm not proficient in the challenge call. I probably should look up more information on that because
I think the last 2 minutes the refs got to do it.
I thought that was just NFL. But you might be right. I don't know. We'll double check it. But I mean, here's the thing, right? Was it a foul? Was it an over the back? 100%. It shouldn't have gotten to the point where Billy Donovan had to challenge it. And here's the problem that I have. That's really the only one I really have a huge problem with. That one and which one? Was it Drew Holiday? Who did he elbow in the face?
That was that other one too. That was a clear
Bobby elbowed Caruso in the face.
Get a rebound, see him, and just
those two for me were the two that I really have. Oh, nah, you know what? The one they called a charge on Zach LaVine.
Oh no, yeah, and
that one in the over the back were the two that I really had an issue with. And of course the shot to Caruso, but those two really affected the game for me. But to me, it affects the game because, okay, it's an over the back on Giannis. You don't want to give Giannis his 6th foul. That's fine. Don't call it on anything. Instead, you call P. Will for a foul, and now Giannis is at the line for 2 free throws. Right? Like, I get we're not going to throw the NBA MVP, Finals MVP out of the game. I get that. I understand how the politics of the NBA work. I'm fine with that. Don't call a foul on P. Will. Just like with all them other calls that everybody's standing around being like, it's got to be something. It should have been nothing because now you don't want to throw the NBA MVP out, but also we're going to give him a shot to shoot 2 free throws. And now that changes the game because at that point, the Bulls were up.
I disagree to a certain extent, and this is why. I agree with you that you give him, you try your hardest not to throw him out, which I feel like they have a better understanding of that. Like, hey, these are our stars. It's playoffs. They gonna do what they do. They tried to give him a little leeway with the first one, and I'm gonna go back to the Minnesota play-in game.
Yeah.
Remember the play? Cat got 5. He sit there. He goes over. Literally elbows Nick Batum.
Yep.
They didn't call it. But then and it was like cool. But then after that, he goes and he legitimately runs through Zubac. Like now I gotta call that. That's too blatant.
Yeah.
Because now going back to this sense, it's like, okay, I sit there and then it's like I don't call the charge on him for I don't give P. Will a charge call. And P. Will don't got respect of the refs. I feel like if it was anybody, if it was Caruso in that situation, I feel like he probably would have got him. I feel like P. Will don't got the respect of the ref chat. But that over the back, I gotta call that because now that's too blatant. I already gave you your leeway. You can't put yourself in that type of situation.
Yeah.
So that foul out should have came. In my opinion.
Yeah. So here's I don't know. I listen, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree, right? I agree. That's not how it works. And I know
that's
like,
not
I
how it
agree
works.
with you. It should be a foul, but I know it's not going to be. They're not going to throw out the NBA Finals MVP.
But
They're
they
just not.
will.
He's the highest. Didn't he finish the season as the highest, the most free throws or something like that? Like he had the highest free throws per game percentage, like him and Embiid, and I think DeMar was up there as well, something like that. Like I agree with you that it shouldn't be that way, but now it's not us, so.
No, but I'm
right?
saying,
Hey, because how many times we been on the live where we be like, that ain't a foul.
That's true. That's true. But at the same time, at minimum, you saw that's at least how they're trying to ref it. I'm going to give you a little leeway, but it's kind of like 3 strikes you out in a sense.
Yeah.
I can only go so far before it's like, dang, I at least got to throw you out. That over the back was like
it was egregious enough. He should have been
the main one.
He should have been.
Because I already gave you one.
Yeah,
but
he should have been going. I agree with you, but you know what? It's one of those things. I for me, right? I understand what it is. I get it. I watched Jordan. Guess what? Michael Jordan got in a full-on fist fight with Reggie Miller and punched him in the face. Right. They threw out Reggie. They didn't throw out MJ. Yeah, you know I'm saying, like, I get it. I get what we want it to be, but I also get what it is. My biggest issue is, now granted, at that point in the game, I want to see that call made. I want the refs to do their job the right way. I understand why they don't throw it out, but don't call a foul on P. Will and then now you put Giannis at the line and give them an opportunity to take the lead. It's a no call.
See, this is the thing.
I don't care how egregious it looks. If you don't want to throw out the NBA MVP, do what you do. The NBA's got their whole little you dig with that anyway. But don't then change the entire course of the game by putting Giannis at the line to give them the lead.
If it's Alex Caruso in that situation, I feel like he get that call. Cause like I said, P. Will's never been in this situation before. So P. Will don't got the respect of the ref.
Hey, listen, even if it's Alex Caruso, you ain't Giannis. There's certain dudes that's gonna get that. It don't matter. It don't matter who it is.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Even with respect, right? It doesn't matter who it is. And for me, right? So this is how the coach's challenge goes. So the coach's challenge allows a head coach to trigger 1 instant replay review per game, called foul, called out of bounds violation, called goaltending basket violation.
I don't know why I thought it was 2.
Each team is entitled 1 challenge in the game, regardless of whether the challenge is successful. As with other replay reviews, in order to overturn the event called on the floor. There must be a clear and conclusive visual evidence that the call was incorrect. Yeah, that's basically the rule there. From what Billy said last night, there is somebody that tells him what the move is. Right? Now, he, of course, has final say. He can throw it's not a challenge flag, but he can put the challenge out there and not. But you do have that final say. I would have liked to see him challenge that. But apparently from what he said, the people behind him said, you're probably not going to win it. But you do have final say on that. Listen, you can see it. You've seen a replay at this point. I would have liked him to challenge that. I think that was a bad moment by Billy, in my opinion. And it's not an eye in the sky, but that's just what they call it in football, whatever. But basically saying that the staff didn't, but you got final say. You saw it. I saw it. We all saw it.
I'm definitely with that. Now, my thing is this though. I need everybody. See, this is the thing.
Hey, and I'll tell you this right now. Again, remember, like I'd have rather seen you challenge it so we all feel better about like, hey, they're probably gonna do this. They're probably not gonna throw Giannis out of this game. But I'd rather see you challenge it just so that we're not sitting here the next day talking about, dog, why didn't you challenge this call?
Yeah, no. I mean, but this is the thing though. I need everybody to stop saying that Muggs, cause Pat just read the rule. You get one challenge.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm not a fan
because it's like Muggs will sit there and be like, it'll be like 7 minutes in the third.
Yeah, I'm not challenging on something.
Oh no, we need to go ahead and you get one. You get one. And
was that
look,
play at? Where did they
probably went. If Giannis was gonna get thrown out, it was gonna be in the heat of the game. They're not throwing that man out.
Where did that play happen at? Was that like how much time was left on the clock on that play?
On which one?
The Giannis over the back.
The Giannis over the back was I want to say like 148 because the charge was 205.
The charge was 205. I'm trying to see if they got it. If somebody know the time on that. Because I get it, right? Like, for me, that's a big enough play. It has to be a big enough play. Right? It has to be a big enough play. That's a big enough play for me to waste the challenge.
Oh no, yeah, no. You can definitely waste the challenge on that.
Like, even if they're not gonna throw him out, just watched it. There was 210. Bucks were up 3. Okay.
210. Okay.
That's a big enough play that if he gets his 6th foul, it's worth wasting it. Right? If you lose it, you lose it. Unfortunately, you have to navigate your way through it. Now we got a bunch of different times coming in. Now I don't know where it was at, but wherever it was at, right? It's the opportunity to get Giannis his 6th foul, whether they give it to you or not. That's a big enough play for me to waste that challenge, even if I don't get it.
They're not throwing him out on no challenge.
They wasn't throwing him out. They wasn't throwing him out.
I mean,
They just weren't. They weren't going to throw him out, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, we're going to keep it pushing. We're going to talk about this game 2, set ourselves up, see what we can look at to get ourselves going in game 2 here, man. We appreciate you guys for tuning in and rocking with us. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. We're also going to be looking at around the NBA, so make sure you get in tune with us on that, man. Also, listen, we want to let you guys know we're going to have some big changes coming up here soon, so make sure that you are tuned in over on the Contender side. I know a lot of people can't sit here and watch us physically on YouTube. You don't have YouTube Red, but you can still hear us. Go check out the Contender. You can listen to live sports talk while you're on the clock. We got a ton of great shows over there. We're going to be adding a ton more coming at the rest of this year, man. So make sure you go download the app. Again, nonstop sports talk while you're on the clock. We appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing that love, man. Let's keep it pushing, my boy.
Let's go. What's up?
Listen,
Big Red Nation, are we here?
as we heading into this,
The best show for Chicago sports.
heading into this next game, we have to figure out what this team has to do to get a dub. And it's not going to be easy on us, man, because you saw this team legitimately shoot very poorly. And I don't think that's going to continue. I'm talking about the Milwaukee Bucks. I don't think that's going to continue. You saw this team, I mean, Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, Bobby Portis, guys that we thought legitimately would have a great shot and be the reason that would be the outlier, not play well in game one.
Right.
How do the Bulls keep that pressure on their necks? How do the Bulls keep that pressure on the Milwaukee Bucks on the defensive end and find a way to get it going to get more on the offensive end?
Now this is what I will say. I'm totally with Billy on this. Like I wasn't gonna say the rotations on the switches, but getting out to the shooters is the main thing, and you gotta have a hand up at all times. I mean, they're like you said, they're not gonna shoot that poor again.
Mid's going to give you a non-mid game.
You said what?
Chris Mid's going to give you a non-mid game.
Yeah, no, he's gonna pop out with a game where he got like 27.
Yeah.
On like 10 for 19, a 10 for 22 or something like that. So I'm not worried about that. But it's just just staying on them defensively, playing them as tight as you can, and then they have to kind of they did a better job of it last night, but beating them to lose balls.
Yeah.
Because that's where everybody gets scrambled. So then the shooters are open. You saw Connaughton was open for a couple. West was open for a couple. And like you said, they're not missing. But on the flip side of that too is, I mean, you just gotta knock down your shots. I mean, I was looking at the stats this morning, and something that P Kid said last night resonated with me. Like, and it's something that you said too. Like, the Bulls aren't gonna beat the Bucks in points in the paint. Like, it's just not happening. The Bulls ain't beating the Bucks in points in the paint. So as long as they keep getting to the line, and instead of knocking down, because how many threes did they knock down?
Bulls?
Last night, what was it like?
Last night the Bulls went, I want to say 7 for 37.
Yeah, bro. If you turn around and you give me at least 12 of those, just give me 12. We in business. We in business. I think 12 for them is a W, because we already know that this team doesn't shoot great, and they don't have Lonzo, which was a big key. But if you can at least give me 12 of those and continue to get to the line like you did last night,
yeah,
they can sneak out a game too. They can sneak out a game too.
It's interesting, right? Because like, you did so much well to me. You did a lot of good things last night on the defensive end. And you know what? I'll say how they ran the offense I liked. I didn't like the execution of it, but how they ran the offense I liked. I liked the shots that they had. I liked the looks that they had. I liked, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was a lot of things that I looked at and I was like, okay, I can see this working if these guys can knock down shots. I can see this being something if these guys can knock down shots. The biggest thing the Bulls have to do to me, right, is play through Vooch the way you did while figuring out who your hot hand is. Now, you didn't have a crazy hot hand last night, but I don't think that's going to be the case the entire series. I think there's going to be a Zach LaVine moment, a DeMar DeRozan moment, but you have to continue to play through Vooch the way you did, right? Vooch is the key. To me, Vooch is the key.
Yo, what up?
Mike Larry say, yo, what's up? I totally expect us to shoot better. We can win. Lopez dropping on PNR, so we'll have looks. Pick and roll if y'all didn't know. Defensively, Donovan has the right game plan. Dog, I love the defensive game plan. I really do. Because Milwaukee did not shoot poorly because of just being like, it wasn't like the Bulls. It wasn't like how the Bulls were just wide open and missed shots. Milwaukee shot poorly from three because the Bulls were closing out. Their defensive rotations were great. Milwaukee shot poorly from the field because the Bulls were packing the paint. They did a good job defensively. But for me, you have to see Vooch figure out that mix, right? Like, I would like to see him knock down more threes, but you have to see Vooch figure out that good mix of, okay, I've got to shoot threes because this is the game plan, but also I have to get down here and get in the paint and bully ball. And you, to me, right, you saw and I said this over on Locked On Bulls, check out the latest episode. You saw a change in the game plan. Mm-hmm. The game plan before, right, was, hey, let me get the ball. Boom, we down here. Vooch gives Brook Lopez a couple of them bangs with the shoulder. Bow. And then he kicks out to the open shooter because there's always somebody who's open from three. We didn't see that. You saw Vooch get the ball. Boom, boom. He kicks it back out. He's got his hand up. Repost. Let's do it. I'm going back at you. Boom, spin, float. Now, he did miss some bunnies on there, right? But you have to find that mix like you did that night. Do I like that Vooch went 2 for 10 from the three-point line? No, but it's necessary for him to shoot those threes because otherwise Brook Lopez is just sitting in the paint kicking it. Which, by the way, he was still just sitting in the paint kicking it. You said what?
I said Brook Lopez and Pat Connaughton.
Yeah, I'm saying? Like, he was still sitting in the paint kicking it. But every time, you saw the difference, right? Every time somebody knocked down a three, whether it was Vooch, whether it was Zach, whether it was Kobe, and they had to play up. They had to get out to it.
And this is the thing,
time inside.
And this is the thing, too. And I'll say this. At the beginning of the game, when they was down 9-0, because I recorded that, went back and looked back. They was trying to do the I like what the Bulls did because the Bulls came out and they tried to run the regular offense. DeMar tried to get it going, missed a couple.
Yeah.
Immediately after that timeout, hey, you saw the switch, Billy. Hey, bro, get it to Vooch. And then, like you said, you saw, three dribbles, pass out, and something like that. Or even if he didn't have the ball, it was at least 3 to 4 passes to facilitate an open shot. I feel like the only reason why they didn't hit more threes last night is because, a couple of times a Zach or a Caruso kind of hesitated when they was wide open.
Yeah.
So I mean, if that keeps up, which I think it can, like I said, they might be able to check a game because, like you said last night, the goal is to split. Everybody knows
the split.
The series don't start until somebody wins on the road.
Yeah, your goal is the split, right? So for me, now if you get down 2-0, you're in trouble. You get down 2-0.
Yeah,
it's trouble, bro.
Right?
But your goal is still intact. Right now, you need to go into this next game like it is a Game 7 feel. Now, unfortunately, nobody here has been in Game 7. By the way, quick update for anybody who was planning on watching the White Sox versus the Guardians. What the fuck is that?
Postponed?
That game has been postponed due to weather, it looks like. So,
hey, man, I was actually trying to see that. Hey, the Guardians. Hey, the Guardians said they're trying to get out here.
They getting active.
Hey, Hey, it was funny. It was funny to me though, because when they was talking about it, on the when I think the Sox was playing the last game, I didn't know that they was actually trying to trade Ramirez. Them ones was like, yeah, we was gonna trade him, and then the Cleveland realized, wait, he's actually our he's actually our best player. He's the only one that's actually.
Now there's definitely gonna
I
get
was dying, dog.
Nah, but you know what?
I was dying.
P-Kid said of the Galaxy. No, kid, they're no longer the Cleveland Indians. They're now
they're
the
not the
Cleveland Guardians.
Indians no more, bro.
They had to switch that up. But no, I mean, for me, right, like the big thing that the big thing you have to do coming into this game is take 95% of what you did in this game and then shoot better. And is it a mental thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it? Because like at this point, like it's wild that they're this wide open. It's wild. Like I think I haven't said it much this season, but legitimately, if the Chicago Bulls had Lonzo Ball last night, you absolutely win that game.
Yeah, you win the game.
Like somebody that can shoot 35% from the three-point line would have helped you last night. And I think the difference is there too, right? Like there's so much. I'll say this, right? On the defensive end, the part that you have to keep up, and that I think this defense that we saw is sustainable, is because Zach LaVine last night, 1 steal, 1 block. DeMar DeRozan last night, 3 steals. Alex Caruso, 2 steals. Patrick Williams, 2 steals. Nikola Vucevic, 1 steal, 2 block. Your stars are starting it on the defensive end. There was a play where DeMar DeRozan snatched it away from Middleton off of the pass. They threw it down, and DeMar's playing the passing lanes. That gets you going. That gets you running in transition. Here's the thing that I need the Bulls to not do when I said 95%. For the love of God, stop setting up half-court offense when you're on the break. It's Giannis and Brook. Attack when you can. They had 17 turnovers last night, and I believe you only had 15 points off of those turnovers. Yeah, Bulls had 15 points off those turnovers.
And look, that's not gonna happen again. And look, I
don't know that, right? The Bulls played the passing lanes well. They did a lot to force them to lose.
But they should do that. This is the thing. They're coming out. They're playing like that. That's all well and good. I just need them to like going back to your previous point. I think it is a mental thing with them, because they've never been like these mugs really out here getting the Russell Westbrook, Ben Simmons treatment as like a collective. Like they're legitimately like, oh dang, they really is leaving us wide open. Like, why is they doing this?
Yeah.
I can shoot, but I'm taking that long to do this. And then it's like they put it up and they're missing where as far as like, hey bro, just put the shot up. Like they've been giving this to everybody all season. So I think they're gonna come out and it's gonna be better. Not gonna be. They have to be. They legitimately have to be. But I don't know. We'll see.
It's one of those things like you want to do as much as you can where you get them on their back foot. And when you have that, like that's the reason I say Lonzo would have made the difference, is because when you get the ball in Lonzo's hands off a steal or in transition, you just go. Right? There was nobody that just went. Zach LaVine took his time coming up. DeMar DeRozan took his time coming up. You know what I'm saying? They're setting up the half-court offense. You need to go. You have to put them on their back foot defensively. It's one of my keys to the game. That the fast break offense is going to be how this team gets out. When this team got in transition early in the year, that's where Derrick Jones Jr. comes from. That's where Javonte Green comes in. That's where Zach LaVine on the run comes in. That's right. And all of a sudden, now you got teams on their back foot. You got them running nonstop. Now they, okay, I'm tired. The Bulls at one point were top 5 in pace of play.
Which is crazy to think that, right? Like, where did that go? Like, and I mean, and it's like you said,
you just don't have that guy to push it. Io's not confident enough in where he's at yet to just grab and go. And if Zach and like, there's moments where Zach does push it. There's moments where Zach is going hard, where he takes off and he tries to get to the bucket. But you haven't had that moment where on a consistent basis they've taken off and attack the guys on the other side and attack. Like, even like Caruso does it a little bit, but like there's nobody that you see grab the board and just go. Kobe does it.
Oh no, yeah, Kobe does it. And then, even then, it's like it's kind of weird because I don't know if it's because Brooke had a couple blocks last night, but I mean you saw Zach. You saw Zach telling DeMar, like, dog, when we out in transition, why are you going to the 3 line? Like, cut to the basket so we can get the lay. Like, and it's crazy because they legitimately can run with anybody. Which that's why I think yesterday I was so thrown off about why they was kind of like, they'll get it, and then it'll be like a almost a 3-on-2 or a 2-on-1, but it'll be like Brooke back, and it'll be like, nah, let's kind of slow this down. Like why? And ain't no reason to do that.
Yeah. I definitely would have rather seen them run and gun it, and I think that in game 2, that's something they need to add to it, because you saw in those moments when they did, It put the Bucks on their back. It put the Bucks on their back foot. When they come down, they get a steal.
If Brooke gets out the game, then those minutes that kid was talking about for Tristan,
yeah,
those minutes gonna come. Those minutes gonna come. Like it works hand in hand, but you gotta force the issue, like you said.
Yeah, I will say that. And you know what? I did shout out. Who just said that? Somebody just said that in the chat. Mike Lowry. I like the name. Oh, Mike Lowry. He says Zach got on DeMar for calling that ISO on Giannis. Bro, Zach got on DeMar a lot last night. I don't know if y'all saw it. There was a few moments, and this is why I say Zach LaVine is, to me, a max player. Now, he unfortunately is probably not going to get the opportunity to get a super max, or depending on how you feel about it, fortunately. But he is a max level player because he's becoming a leader of this team. He wants to win no matter what. No matter what it is, Zach LaVine wants to win. He doesn't care how he wins, which is why he's deferred to DeMar so much, because DeMar's been able to knock it down. But Zach went over to DeMar multiple times in that game and was like, what are you doing? They got a fast break. Zach LaVine's on the drive. DeMar went to the 3. He's like, where are you going? Get down here. Cut to the bucket. We can get you the ball. We need points. I want to see that more. Show me that more. Show me that more. I need to see that more consistently from you, because I feel like, listen, this is the playoffs. This is the moment. Did the list come out and I missed it?
What list?
For the for all NBA and all of that?
Nah, because Baki would have sent it out by now.
Let's double check.
Nah, Baki would have sent it out.
Hey, it is a fact that we just be like, yeah, it would have been Baki. Baki would have sent that to us. Yeah, I don't see it here. But he's probably, I think, right, he's probably not going to get it. He's probably not going to get it.
He's not because he was hurt.
He just didn't play enough. He didn't, you know what I'm saying? There wasn't enough on the court. There was like his stats are enough to get it, but you have to be on the court to get it, right? So like for me, I'd love to have Zach here at a max contract, and I think he is going to get 208. By the way, it's still $208 million. Smile a little bit.
Hey man, sure. I'm smiling if it's over 100. What?
But for me, right, like I need to see more of that. I need to see you being the leader of this team. I need to see you showing me that. And so in game 2, man, keep that going, man. Like I said, it really comes down. It's so crazy to say, bro. Like I feel like we're talking about the 2008 Bulls or the 2010 Bulls. Like we're one shooting guard away from getting that. Now we're just one spot up shooter away. Where's Kyle Korver when I need him now?
Hey, I'm not gonna for this series, yeah. But I think, I'm not gonna lie to you. Quick hot take.
I ain't gonna stunt with you. If we get through the Milwaukee Bucks, who I'm worried about?
You said what?
I said if I get through the Milwaukee Bucks, who I'm finna be worried about? To me, they the toughest team that we gonna match up against.
Not now, Miami.
Yeah.
Nah. Being completely unbiased because we deeper than the Bucks.
Y'all are deeper than the Bucks, but I mean, how many players you putting on the court? 8?
Nah, we can put way more. We can put way more.
But it's the playoffs. How deep did y'all play?
We had Kyle, Vincent, Duncan Robinson, Oladipo was suited up, and Morris. So I mean, I think we can go 10.
Let's see. Miami played yesterday. Let's see how many y'all played though. It's not about how many you can go. It's about how many.
Okay. I think we only played 8 yesterday.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, not
10. Y'all went 10 deep. Y'all went 10 deep.
Hey. Yeah, I was gonna say I would say Miami. I'm not too worried about the Nets. I'm not too worried about the Nets, even though we are.
The Nets might not get past Boston. I ain't gonna lie to you. Hey, we're gonna break that down coming up next. Though I ain't gonna lie to you. That was a perfect segue. Nets might not get past Boston. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Them was right here now. They we got to talk about that game and all of the other games in the first round as well. But hey, first thing we want to do is let you guys know about a sponsor that we've added to the show. We appreciate them for sponsoring the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Live. I want to tell you about Blue Chew. Now, let me tell you, man. One of the guys from the town hits me up, says, hey, I got this issue. I'm not trying to exactly put it out there, go to the doc, but I'm not as confident in the bedroom as I used to be. Told him, bro, it's time to dig yourself out of that winter hibernation. Spring's here, dog, and it's time to get sprung with Blue Chew. That's right. This episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. Guys, confidence can take you far in life. It can also help you in the bedroom, especially when it comes time to step up to the plate. That's where Blue Chew comes in. Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable tablets and at a fraction of the cost. You can take them anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever an opportunity arises. The process is simple, and this is why I told them to go here. Sign up at BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. The best part, it's all done online. No doctor's visits, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Blue Chew tablets are made here in the US of A, and they're prepared to ship to your front door in a discreet package, so you'll be ready when the moment comes. Here's the call to action. If you could benefit from a little bit of extra confidence when it's time to perform, Blue Chew can help you. And we've got a special deal here for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you go when you use the promo code Windy City at checkout, just paying $5 in shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code Windy City, WINDYCITY, all one word, to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the show. Now let's get into the second half of this, man.
What's up?
Hey, man, if y'all got that issue, by the way, just go cop some of that, man. It helps the show. All right, Ringo, we got to get into these teams, man. Because we saw some great basketball this weekend. I can't even hate on it. I can't even hate on it. You know what? Let's start it with your boys. Let's start with
we actually get some love.
Let's start with the shellacking that we saw in Miami. Miami taking on the Atlanta Hawks, man. Game 1. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't expect Trae Young to have 8 points. I didn't expect Trae Young to have 8 points, dog. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I said this is gonna be a tougher series than y'all think. Trae Young had 8 points. Y'all worked him out. If Trae Young plays a Trae Young game, they're right in this. This is a very different game coming down the stretch. And Trae was just off. Trae was just ice cold Trae. It wasn't like y'all was absolutely just harassing that man up and down the court.
No, Jimmy said they missed shots. I'll agree they missed shots.
That's a big difference, right? That's a big difference. How do you feel about this team moving forward, knowing that, listen, it took Duncan Robinson, somebody who hasn't done it all season.
I actually wanted to get into that, but go.
Making 8 threes in this game for you to have this kind of offensive output versus the Atlanta Hawks. I'm not going to lie to you. I came out of this game like I'm a little more concerned by Miami if Trae actually gets hot.
Okay, so
let's do it.
Yeah. Yesterday, me looking at the game, I'm gonna just get Duncan out the way right quick. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna shout him out just because he was honest about what was going on. He said, "Look, I got the money. You feel me? I was just nervous about living up to the expectations. Hey, if my man is on the bench and he doing that." Hey, if he on the bench and he give me that, we got something to talk about. So that I was actually glad to see. You feel me? He got off that last night and he had a good game. Now, as far as Trae go, I think that we good on the series. He'll get you one. I give him that. AI, my favorite player. I saw him get one against the Lakers. He'll get you one. Like, look.
You gonna compare it to AI versus the Lakers?
I'm just saying. I'm not comparing it to. I'm just saying he'll get you one. I ain't finna disrespect player Trae like that.
The fact that Trae Young's team is comparable to that Philly team is probably the saddest part about all of it. It's just like, who was it? It was AI and
Hey dog, that's funny. Nah, but he doesn't have that pick and roll partner, and Capella to just sit there and go off. And last night, which is why I like Eric so much. Hey, he was just like, hey, they finna come off these screens, blitz him, give physical with him. He has nobody to throw it down to, and when he get in the paint, you know, Bam or Devin is gonna be there. I think that the biggest issue is that when you get physical with him and they're farther away from the basket and he doesn't have that time to operate or pass, that they struggle, which is why I got Miami coming out with the 4-1. Now, if it was Capella, it'll be a different story. But they're actually 3-6 without him.
Yeah.
So
that's what I was going to ask. Is Miami Atlanta over? Is it done? This is a done series already. Gentlemen sweep in your book.
I give it a gentleman's sweep. I give it a gentleman's sweep. Big gentleman's sweep.
Yeah, probably. There's so much that they can do right, and guys that can get hot at the right time. But what I will say about the Miami Heat is the Miami Heat do an excellent job of actually getting out defensively, causing, like, you're not going to have those same issues, right? Where Charlotte basically was just like, well, I get it. He's out there. We'll see. Like, what's his name? Hunter? We don't got to guard him. And then he goes off a 22 on you. Miami ain't going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Udonis Haslam will be swinging on mugs. I'm probably going to say this series is done. I don't think that the rest of these games will look like the last game, though. I think you'll be in for a harder fought series than you think. I think they'll be a little bit closer. And I think because Trae Young, here's the thing we do know about Ice Trae, right? Ice Trae, when he is cold, usually comes back in the following games on fire. So we might see some historic basketball from Trae Young over the next 5.
I definitely think he's gonna show up. I mean, like I said, playoff Trae is real, but I mean, with that combination of, like you said, just getting out defensively, knowing where you're supposed to be, and the weird thing, right, is this:
how in trouble is Miami if Duncan can't shoot like this the rest of the year? Because I'm gonna be real with you. The story sounds great, right? The story. Oh, I got.
That's what he said. So that's what I'm.
I got the money in my hand, and I didn't know what to do, and I just started having fun. Dog, you wasn't out at the club, Tyler Hero, and it, dog. Like, stop. What were you doing? You was out there farming. Were you out there with Jimmy Neutron, buddy? Is that what you were doing? Were you in the lab working on Goddard's upgrade?
Sheen definitely showed up last night.
Yeah, you know I'm saying, like, what were you doing? Like, don't give me the money got to my head, and I didn't know it. When you have a good game. Don't do me that when you drop 8 threes all of a sudden. You telling me the money got to your head all the way until playoff time, and as soon as the playoffs got here, the money didn't matter no more. Stop the cap, my guy.
Stop the cow.
The only reason he said that is because legitimately it's the only time anybody cared to interview him all this season. You got hot at the right time. Shout out to you. Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. Pat Riley's probably giving you the old Kobe White treatment right now. Get as hot as you can. So
kid, I
be on to your next team.
I believe him. He not gonna be starting for us no time soon.
Listen. So the money wasn't at his head 2 weeks ago when he was putting up 8 points a game?
No. You talking to somebody? I was legit asking for this, especially after Max Strus got the start. I'm just like, oh, like.
I mean, I get it. I get what he's saying, dog. But like, come on, bro. Come on. The money got to my head. The one game you had a good game. Now it's not in your head. It was that quick, right? Hey. So is it predicated on when the paycheck hits? That's how your shooting goes down. Like when the check hit, you can't play no more. But if it's an off week on the check, you can play again. I'm not buying it.
Nah, I think honestly, kid, I think what it was like I mean, and like you said, this was the first time like anybody ever expected him to like not do something, but like you a big money dude now. Like you getting paid $90 million to shoot.
You a big money dude that got benched.
Hey, rightfully so. Rightfully so.
That's interesting. I don't know. I ain't buying it.
I still got my guys in 5 though.
We got a ton of games again. You know what? I do too. Actually, I got them. I got them on a gentleman's sweep. I will say they're gonna have to probably deal with Ice Trae going ballistic the rest of the way. And I'm not gonna lie to you, that can do a lot to you. That can change a lot. But I still think Miami's got the firepower to pull it out. Just based on Tyler Hero being an offensive threat. You know what I'm saying? Like Tyler didn't do as much, but it was because, hey, Duncan's hot, give him the ball.
Hey.
What I'm gonna do? Hey, who's shooting it? Give it to Duncan. He's got 3, 4, 5. Keep giving it to Duncan. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't mad at it. Interesting game from the weekend, and one of the most interesting games to me, the Jazz versus the Mavericks. Jazz win this game, but
Dog,
easily
dog.
at all. I'm not gonna lie to you. They are thanking their lucky stars right now that Luka Doncic is not in this series because it would be a wrap. What'd you see in that Jazz game that you thought was noteworthy, my boy?
Dog. Dallas wins this game if they just knock down their free throws. If they knock down their free throws, this game that game was a wrap.
How big is the loss of Luka for the rest of this series?
But look,
he's not now. He's only ruled out till game 2 as of now. But you could legitimately go down 2-0. And are you going to see?
And this is the crazy thing. They can go down 2-0, and if Luka plays, they can still wind up beating them. Like I have no faith in this Jazz team at all, dog.
Hey, hold on. I gotta zoom in real quick. Where's my camera? Here we go. Wow. Rudy. You don't want to be there. 2 passes, Rudy. They won't give you the ball when you've got a backup point guard guarding you in the paint, Rudy. Come to Chicago, Rudy. Come to Chicago. And this is a wild statement from me. Y'all know how I've been on Rudy Gobert. We'll treat you right here, Rudy. Now, I'll be honest with you. The fans will probably denigrate you and tell you you're trash, and even though you're getting a double.
Time out. Hey, chat. Watch. Hey, the Bulls get Rudy. Pat got to delete everything that he said.
I'm not deleting nothing. Hey, listen, the video's still up that I said Bulls shouldn't go get Billy Donovan. I stand on everything I say.
Hey, he gonna delete every.
I stand on everything I say with it. Guess what? The Bulls. This is my reasoning on it. And I'm gonna drop a full video on it probably in the offseason. Rudy Gobert legitimately scores 15 points, and they don't throw the ball to him at all. I watched that game, and I really I was focusing because I know the conversation's coming. Should the Bulls go get Rudy Gobert, right? I know it's coming. So I'm watching Rudy Gobert really closely. Dog, when I tell you they do nothing to get him the ball. Absolutely nothing.
Defensively.
Bro, it's so disrespectful. I watched Rudy Gobert with a backup point guard on him, leaning against him. He didn't come up to Rudy's chest. And Rudy just was down there with his hand in the air trying to get a post up. And they absolutely looked away from him. Donovan got the ball, looked him clean in the eye, and then drove to the bucket and laid it up. I was like, yo, I've really only paid like super close attention and focused in on him the games in one game.
Hey, that's got to be the funniest.
Disrespectful. Also, their whole defensive game plan, Rudy! They just let Muggs through and be like, Rudy, block it. Now, granted, 7 blocks. But they just let him through and just be like, hey, Rudy, you got that, right? Bro, it's wild. I will say this. If y'all get a chance to watch the series, watch closely. It's
fam, they have to be the funniest dynamic duo.
Now I'll say this. I don't know how you get it done. I don't think I would pay them like that. I'll be real with you because all the people we want Rudy to come in to slow down legitimately destroy him. Like who do we want Rudy to help us with? Joel Embiid. Giannis. Fam, Giannis's numbers. This is why I say I think I sent this in the group chat. I don't know if anybody responded to it. Giannis's numbers are so deceiving versus Rudy Gobert. If you look up Giannis's numbers versus Rudy Gobert, it says that he averages, I think, 23 points per game and 8 rebounds. But the reason it says that is because in Giannis's first 3 seasons, he didn't have good games versus Rudy Gobert. So he had literally like 7 points, 10 rebounds, stuff like that, right? But after that,
It's
Giannis
bad.
has dropped 30 plus points on this man every single time with 12 plus rebounds every single time.
Hey, deceiving that man.
Numbers will lie to you like a mug, my boy.
Numbers be lying, bro. Numbers
Bro,
be lying.
I think in a different system, Rudy would get in different looks and he would play better. That's why I think out of there, Rudy could actually take an offensive jump and be actually a better defender because people would help him. I don't know how the Bulls would get it done, but I ain't gonna lie to you. Minimum, Jesus Christ, you almost sneezed yourself out of your chair again. You did that last night. Are you like
Hey,
what is
dog,
up
it be
with
like
that?
that.
You go to sneeze and just like launch yourself like a Muppet. Oh man, dog. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, just watch the Jazz game, bro.
Fam, I think if Luka come back, they lose in 6.
Even if Luka comes back game 3 and is able to play the rest of the way.
They lose in 6. I have no faith. Like I have no faith in this team.
Yeah.
Like even if and the thing is too, you gotta remember they didn't even have Tim Hardaway Jr.
They didn't. They don't have Tim Hardaway or Luka.
They didn't even have Tim Hardaway Jr. Bro, you give me Tim Hardaway Jr. They win that game last night. I mean, the other day.
Saturday, yeah. Probably, dog. Probably. Interesting game as well, man. Let's keep it pushing. We got a lot of games to get to. We had a lot of good playoffs this weekend, man. What are your thoughts on the first showing of the Ant-Man in the playoffs?
Dog, listen. I love it. I love it. And the reason why I love it is because of this right now. I told you. The man legitimately dropped 40 the second to last game. And they interviewed him after that. I watched the full game. He dropped 40. Them mugs asked him, they was like, yo, so how did you feel? He was like, listen, I don't know what y'all on, but I'm ready for the play-in, playoffs, whatever. Immediately, bro. He is on these people's necks.
Like, is he Michael Jordan's son?
Oh yeah, no, him and Jimmy Butler, like
they kind of look like too.
Him and Jimmy Butler, like legitimately look like that man. It gotta be. Hey, dog, what if it's really on some Jerry Jones type stuff with Shorty?
Oh, I did just see that. Yeah,
dog, where it's like, yeah, I'm not gonna confirm or deny those rumors, but it's been a rumor going around for 25 plus years that I was your kid and you just didn't say nothing, and you was just paying my dog. That'll be weird, dog.
Hey, yeah.
Like that'll be weird. Nah, but he
this is wild.
Nah, but I love it though, because he's
I'm just hold up. I gotta say this. Keep going.
Nah, but yeah, I was looking at it and no, he came in, he came prepared. First couple of shots, he knocked it down, but I think in this series, like he knows, like legitimately nobody can guard him. Like legitimately they have nobody to guard him. And look, even against the Clippers, who we all think like next year, like they're gonna be one of the best teams. He absolutely went toe to toe. With
tell me that don't look like his little brother.
Like fam.
Jordan, what you was on, bro?
Like
Jordan, what you was on?
It's there, bro.
Tell me they don't look like family right here.
Like,
what's going on, Jordan? What you was on with that, my guy?
He was like, I need at least 2 sons that make it into the league.
Hey, and it wasn't the ones he raised.
Hey, definitely was not. Definitely was not.
And it wasn't the ones he raised, bro.
He's like,
Fam,
man,
I'll tell you
if I
this
try
right
this
now, bro.
again.
I'll say this. I am mad excited. I still got the Grizzlies coming out of this. I think that let me rephrase. How they played Cat, I hate it.
How the Grizzlies played them?
How the Grizzlies played Cat, I hate it. Because for me, you're starting with Cat on the wing, guarded by Steven Adams. Cat's gonna blow past Steven Adams every time. Steven Adams just isn't that quick. He's gonna blow past Steven Adams every single time. But you're doing that because Jaren Jackson is the defensive god that he is. You want him under the paint, right? He had 7 blocks.
Hey, seven. Hey, Doc, hey, like I said, he should get DPOY. I'm not gonna lie.
I would agree with you. But 7 blocks in that game. And I get why you want him in there. You want to protect in the paint. It's not just about Cat. But for me, you don't have anybody on this team to me that's going to stop Ant-Man, right? So you have to slow down one of the other guys. Cat's the other guy you have to slow down. Jaren Jackson, at a minimum, slows down Cat on the wing because he has the footwork to stay in front of him. Steven Adams, I love Steven Adams, but he's a traditional big man. You don't have the footwork to stay in front of him. He's not supposed to be out on the wing, and it's more impactful to the defense at the rim if Steven Adams is the one Cat's running into, with Jaren Jackson coming behind Cat for the chase down block, which he's amazing at, by the way, than it is if you're Steven Adams trying to chase Cat off of the 3-point line and hoping that he just closes out in the paint. So for me, I hate the way they played him because I feel like you got to do with the least amount of athleticism trying to keep up with him. It's not like Cat's sitting around not moving. Like, he's moving in the offense. He's rotating. You know what I'm saying? So I think the biggest change they can make is that. But other than that, fam, this series is fun. I don't care if it goes 5. I don't care if it goes
I need all 7.
I need this for 10 years. Give me this for 10 years.
I need all 7 of these right here.
Dog. As a basketball fan, listen, first off, Ja Morant over everybody. All these mugs is whack.
And legit, they don't have, but the crazy part about it is, it's like you said, they don't have anybody to stop. And they legitimately have nobody to stop Ja. Like, the Grizzlies got down, and he was like, all right, well, time for me to be that dude. Lay, reverse lay.
Yeah.
Damn.
I think the toughest part that you went. Hey, I'll tell you this right there too. Pat, hey, Muzz was talking about Pat Bev on him. Pat Bev gonna be in his head. Pat Bev was getting cooked. Not playing with Ja. But no, the biggest piece I need to step up in that game for me is Jaren Jackson.
Yeah. If he at least knocks down 3 threes,
yeah,
he's gonna be open. That's the thing. If he knocks down his 3, they'll win this series.
Yeah.
If he knocks down his 3, they'll win the series. Like I said, I'm not worried about it. I wanted to go 7. If it was my guess, I think that if they don't change the way they play Cat, I think it's going 6. I think it's going 6, but I got
Minnesota with the upset.
No, not Wolves with the upset. I got the Grizz. I still got the Grizz
coming out of it.
Yeah, I still got the Grizz winning, but it'll be in 6 instead of 5.
It'll be interesting to see, man. I'm not gonna lie. It'll definitely be interesting to see. Philly Toronto really wasn't much to talk about. The biggest thing we got to talk about out of that is what's gonna go down with Scotty Barnes. Got the ankle stepped on. Looked pretty bad. I haven't heard an update. Let me see if there is an update. He's not
playing. He's not playing, and I think Gary Trent is not playing either. So
he's out for game 2. Gary Trent remains doubtful. Thad Young is doubtful as well. So they're going into this second game short-handed. I mean, listen, Philly came out and rolled them. And by the time without Barnes to me, you've got no hope in that one.
Oh yeah, no, it's over.
Yeah, I think that one might be.
But the thing is, I don't think he's coming back because one, you rolled it, but then after that, Joel stepped
on it. Yeah, that's 280 on your ankle, dog.
And then look, I don't think like it wasn't intentional. I think he
No,
legit.
I don't think it was intentional.
Nah, he did that by accident, but
Yeah.
without Scotty, it's a wrap.
Cornelia said Ja Morant and Edwards. I'm gonna go with Ja. I love
Ja.
why. You know why? Because Anthony Edwards is an amazing basketball player and he's doing amazing things and like he can jump out the gym and he can shoot and he can drive. He's amazing, right? He's amazing. But to me, it's more amazing to see Ja Morant and his half of his body above the rim on a block. Like it's more amazing.
Fam, that block?
Fam,
Bro.
It's more amazing for me to see Ja Morant float and then in the middle of it switch to a layup and then decide like halfway through, now actually I'm gonna dunk this. Yeah, I'm saying I don't know. I watch Ja and I'm just like, good Lord, this is a freak of nature. And I think the biggest thing for Ja is going to be adding a consistent three ball that he can go to. I think that's the one thing he hasn't added. Anthony's got.
Nah, I can't go. Hold on. I can't go on that. Hold up. I can't let you.
What?
Because I think
he shoots a decent percentage. I think he shoots like.
I think he upgraded it though.
It's better. It's better than it was last year, but it's still not something he wants to do.
He's shooting 34. Well, 35. I'll give him 35.
34.888 or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's it's not to the point where he trusts it enough to use it. Like
okay,
he knows
I get you. Yeah, he got to get it at that D Rose clip.
I want him to get to that. Yeah, I want him to get to that point. I want him to get to the point where he knows he can shoot. He can go to that shot whenever he needs it and knock that mug down. So for me, it's gonna be Ja Morant. Ja Morant's a freak of nature. He's a point guard. I love him. I love the passing. Billy. I love his IQ. I love his vision. Draymond Green told y'all he's one of the smartest players in the NBA right now, and he's in year 2 of his career. So listen, you know what? Ability can take you so far. Adding IQ on top of that is a dangerous game. Adding IQ on top of that is a dangerous game. So for me,
I was blown away when he said like playing with Ja is like playing against Ja is like legitimately playing chess.
Playing against Chris Paul.
I'm like, yo,
that's crazy.
Like that?
That's crazy, dog. That's crazy.
He got it, bro.
Let's keep it going. There's a couple more games to get to. I mean, Phoenix Pelicans last night.
Good effort.
Yeah. They cut it to 9. I came upstairs. I was ready to do
locked 9.
Yeah, it came upstairs. I was getting ready to do locked on. I was like, here we go. We got this. And I peeked out and I was like, hey, it's a 9-point game down here. They actually balling right now. Good effort. Didn't matter. Phoenix is Phoenix. They still won by 11. Made it interesting. Good job. And that's the end of that. I don't know. What do you see that series going? Like, honestly, like
4.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. Like
not even really a competitive 4. Like every now and then we're gonna have to work for it.
Oh no! That I mean, they put up a fight. Yeah. I mean, it's like every time they was like, okay, we got the like they might have us down to 15. We got it. Like
it never felt like at any point Phoenix was like, we're in trouble. Like it felt like at every point they were like, all right, bring back the killers. You know what I'm saying? So for me, yeah, that's a done deal. Here's the series that we got to talk about, though. This is the series. And by the way, if you guys are in here, man, hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. On the Daily Show, you also get the national feel, man. We also get the national sports. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us and showing that love. This is the series. This is the game that everybody has been talking about. This is the game that everybody was excited to see. I think the Bulls game kind of turned into that out of nowhere, to surprise of most fans. But this Boston-Brooklyn game, Morant, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum going up against Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant. What did you see in this game that led to the Nets' loss? How is this series gonna go? Is this going 7?
Hey, look, Marcus Smart just made a great pass, and
Oh my God, what a dime.
and Jason Tatum, fam, the wherewithal to catch, spin, and lay within that amount of time is crazy. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I got this going 7. I got this going 7, and I got the Nets winning. But the reason why I'm nervous though, Andre Drummond, for as good as he is, and you can look at the points and the rebounds, he's gonna give you a certified double-double.
He ain't playing no defense.
This man is the one thing they asked this man to do is play the pick and roll, and he cannot do it to save his life. He cannot do it to save his life. And look, the flip side to that is Nick Claxton played as good as you're gonna play. He can't hit his free throws, and he can't play the whole game.
Yeah. He played 30 minutes, and he gave you 1 for 5
So
from the free throw line.
Yeah, if he hits his free throws, they can win the series. But dog, Drummond is, man.
You know what? I'll say this, like the Nets as a whole, we could put it on Andre Drummond as well. But listen, like,
oh no, yeah, they played great defense last night though.
As much as Kyrie did on the offensive side of the ball, and he does have 4 steals yet last night, but man, like, it's like he takes the defensive side of the ball off. And maybe he has to be that offensive guy on that side of the ball. But man, it hurts your team when your players are taking plays off like that. And I feel like I don't feel like Kyrie's a bad defender, but like when you watch it one-on-one, it's like, whew. What are you?
Nah, he's a good defender when he wants to be.
When he wants to be, you know what I'm saying? When he want to do it, he can. When Kevin Durant, and I felt like Kevin Durant was kind of the same way. Now, Kevin Durant on the defensive end was, or on the other side of the ball, was absolutely getting, like, Jason Tatum is just picking him apart on the defensive end. But like, it was wild to see just the contrast of the team, right? Like on one end, legitimately, you have Kyrie Irving being a dog, killing everybody. Nobody's able to keep up with him. He's pulling Jays in the face. He's flipping off the fans on both sides. Which I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. Hey, listen, everybody's sitting here. I get he's gonna get fined. I get all this, blah, blah, blah.
You gotta let it go though.
Yeah, I'm not talking about Kyrie. Like Boston gets him different. And you know what? This is the thing. This is the thing that I'll say about Kyrie. You can't lose the game. Right?
He can lose the game. You can't lose the series.
You can't lose the game. Fans giving it to Reggie Miller. What Reggie Miller do? Cash. Fans giving it.
Doing that though. He was 5 for 5 after he gave him the bird.
Hey, he was cooking after he gave him the bird, but you can't lose the game.
They won the game by a point. It was hey, listen, they going. Hey.
All them iconic, you want to shut them fans up? You want all to flip them the bird, shut up?
He was doing what he had to do.
Like, you know what I'm saying? All of that, which, by the way, is hilarious because, like, in the play-in, he was like, peace, love, man. It's everything. We just want to love everybody. Then he gets to Boston. He's like, go, 4, C, B, young Shaq, well, sit him, get it. He's like, wait a minute. What a switch there, Kyrie.
Hey, now, so let me ask you this, though. Because we do gotta address it, and they are ramping them up. Does having been change that last possession, or change his game in any way.
It depends on. Here's the thing. It depends on what kind of defense Ben Simmons can play. If he's good to go, yeah. If he's good
Because
to
last
go,
night I can make the argument I can make the argument that just like you said the Bulls need Alonzo last night, if the Celtics had been, I mean not
but
the Celtics, if the Nets had been, the Celtics lose that game.
Here's the thing. If it's about what the defensive game plan is, right? Ben Simmons is an excellent defender. He's a defensive player of the year candidate every single season when he can play. It's the side of the ball I love to see him play when he's playing basketball. But when I look at Ben Simmons was great because when he could turn people into other guys, he can get that rip from behind.
Right.
Who you turning them into? I'm going to send you to Kevin Durant, who you going to get past?
Well, nah, KD can clamp. KD let you pass because he wants.
But it's about the mentality, right? Listen, Zach LaVine can play defense. DeMar DeRozan can play defense. We've seen it. It's about them turning that on. Is Ben Simmons going to make them turn that on for an entire game? I don't know that. Like Ben Simmons can't be the only defender on the court. That like legitimately, they were awful defensively.
Right.
They're just really that good offensively. And I saw people talking about, you know what I'm saying? The Nets had to do all of this, or Celtics had to do all of this. They forced, how many turnovers was it for them? 16 turnovers, something like that. And they still only won by 1 point. And they still, it's
Which,
like,
I feel like that's dumb because you have to play defense. So that statement
defensively, the Celtics can do that.
Like that statement is just dumb by itself.
It's just defensively, the Celtics can do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like defensively, I don't know if the Nets can do that by just adding Ben Simmons back into this. I don't know if the Nets are going to be a whole different team by just adding Ben Simmons back into this. I'm not going to lie to you. Like I feel like I have a tough time ever not betting on Kevin Durant, right? Like he's Kevin Durant. He's that dude. Let's be real. He's that guy. He's him. If you will.
He's him.
He is him. But if Jason Tatum is playing like that, and he's playing like that defensively, him might be the dude.
He clamped him.
Because Jason Tatum not only gave you the offensive output, he also gave you 31. He also gave you 9 for 18. He also gave you 8 assists. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, and here's the thing, right? There's something to be said about if there's going to be consistency with it. The Celtics need this series to be called that way. They need this series to be called the way it was called in that first game. Is it going to be called that way the rest of this series? If not, Jason Tatum's in foul trouble.
Oh no, because it won't be called like that.
Exactly.
I don't think it's gonna be called like that the whole way through. And Boston, yeah, but when they get to Brooklyn, nah.
But it's the same crew.
I'll tell you like this.
It's the same crew for a series, right?
Do they?
I don't think they switch crews in the playoffs. I think you get the same crew for a whole series.
I think
so like that crew flies to Brooklyn with you.
I think that's only in the finals, bro.
Is that only in the finals? You might be right. I don't know. I thought you kept the same crew the entire season. But here's the thing. Even if you do, I don't expect it to be called that same way. No, that's right. They switch. Okay, they switch. All right, cool.
They switch.
That's what the chat is saying. Listen.
They switch. Okay.
I know. I think in the finals, you're right. I think
in the finals, like that's like handpicked. Like the best refs for the whole.
It's the best refs graded throughout the season in the whole finals.
Gucci Clone better be in that. No,
Gucci Clone definitely. But you know what? I like Gucci Clone as a ref. We need to learn his real name. He's actually a really good ref.
Yeah.
We need to learn his real name. I don't even know how you look that up. What is Gucci Clone's real name? Gucci. Hey, what is it? We got to get him.
Hey, how do you look that up though?
We got to see if we can get Gucci Clone on the show, bro. I wonder how you get a ref on the show. Be like, hey, so we appreciate you for coming on, man. First things first. You know you look like Gucci, right? Dang it.
I just want to know, what is the trouble?
Oh man. But no, if this series isn't called the same way, you don't get that same Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
Because Jason Tatum had 4 fouls in that game. Jason was mugging Kevin Durant.
Oh no, and he had to. And look, this is the thing though. He bought in on that last defensive possession of the game.
Yeah.
With KD, and he clamped him. Even though Gordon Dragic definitely should have moved around.
What Kyrie? That's on Kyrie, bro. You can't dribble 18 seconds of the shot clock, unpin the grenade, throw the ball over to Kevin Durant, and tell him shoot it before it blows up in your face.
I think he was trying to hit Gordon. Before that, and Gordon just didn't
that's
move.
also a problem. This is the last play of the game. You need to be hitting that man.
Hey, he was hitting for them though. He was getting busy.
Gordon was getting busy yesterday.
He was getting busy.
Did you shed a little tear watching that? Were you a little hurt in the heart?
Not really. Not really.
I'm surprised he ain't come back down there. Y'all must not have wanted him whole time. Hey, he was pulling up the Heat games on weekends. That mess had me.
He definitely, bro. For that, like it was like one homestand. He legitimately came to every game.
Because when he was
hurt,
dog, is he? He was hurt. I was like, man, he trying to come back.
I
feel like, listen, Jaylen Brown's not going to have this bad of a series going forward. He shot pretty badly in this game as well. Still gave you like 23, I believe. Still gave you 23 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. He was 9 for 19.
That man legitimately broke his nose too.
But here's the thing. This is where you on the offensive end, you can live with it, right? And this is what I always say about the Bulls. I can live with you doing something offensively if on the defensive end you're at that level. 4 steals, 2 blocks for Jaylen Brown.
Oh yeah, Jaylen Brown's a clown.
4 steals, 2 blocks for Jaylen Brown. Again, if you're able to make this series, or if this series is called the same way throughout, which I don't think it will be, I can see Boston winning this in 5, but I don't think the series will be called the same way throughout. So I think this absolutely could go 7, because I think there's just going to be some games where, listen, Kevin, you can be as great as you want defensively. That's Kevin Durant.
You could be as good as you want to. I
don't know. Like, Ben Simmons got to show me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was talking about.
Yeah.
What's Ben Simmons gonna be? When's he gonna be when he comes back? I don't know what he's gonna be. I don't know if. Listen, according to him, he had a back injury. According to the Nets, he had a back injury.
And this is the thing.
Like, look how much a back injury affects people defensively, just because it's from your back and it goes to everything else.
Draymond was out with that. Draymond was out with it. My thing is this. I'm just trying to figure out what he's gonna give me defensively. I feel like that's what everybody else is on. But at the same time, it's like Steve Nash is gonna throw that man in the fire off rip, because he's gonna ask him to guard Jason.
Yeah.
He's gonna ask him to guard Jason. So it's just like,
and let's see. Because he's matched up with Tatum a lot because of his size. Jason.
They both 6'10", so
versus Ben Simmons. Let's see what the matchup is there. You know what? If he's healthy, it makes a difference. Jason averages 17 points per game, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. It makes a huge difference. it makes a huge difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, he shoots it 41% in those games, but there's a lot of those games where he's shooting in the 20s. There's a couple of those games where he shoots in the 20s, but it's also about what Ben Simmons you get back. And I'm not gonna lie to you, right? Like, Ben Simmons might have changed this game overall, but does he change that last play?
Yeah. Yeah. Because I feel like I don't know. I feel like Jason doesn't get open. Jason don't get open for LA like that.
Jason might not get open, but it doesn't change the fact that Kevin Durant fell asleep defensively. Somebody else might have been open. It might not have been that shot. You know what I'm saying? My issue with what we saw from the Nets is not one play. My issue is that, like, throughout the game, we saw them fall asleep defensively, get beat on backdoor plays, get beat on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be the Golden State Warriors are a situational defensive team a lot of times. Now, this season, they've really upped the ante.
Yeah.
This season, they've changed the
I
whole
was
game.
going to say, like, before.
No, this season, they've changed the whole game.
They was clamping. But
yeah, this season, they've changed the whole game until Draymond got hurt and Steph got hurt.
Yeah.
They switched everything how they did it. But, like, on a lot of them championship runs, it was situational defense. It wasn't, we got to defend you for 48 minutes. It was, we got to defend you in this situation. The Nets can be in this situation for the rest of the game. But in the biggest moment of the game, guess what? You need to be focused on the defensive end. You're telling me nobody was focused on the defensive end. How does Jason Tatum, the dude that's literally killed you for 48 minutes and a half a season, get behind you?
And then this is the thing too. I just feel like, you know, if Ben is there, Marcus Smart ain't even open, because I'm trying to figure out who man that was in the first place. That you just let him.
Marcus might still be open because Ben's guarding Tatum. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like, oh, these guys they're bad defenders. It's they fall asleep at the wrong moments. I don't care. Like, Kevin Durant's not a bad defensive player. Kyrie Irving's not a bad defensive player. But at the biggest moment of the game, you can't be falling asleep on defense. So how does that, like how does adding Ben Simmons change that?
Adding Ben Simmons changes it because then, like we said, Ben is on Tatum, and they can more so switch. So I know offensively, Bruce Brown won't be handling the ball. That's one. I know that for a fact. But you know, even then, you know, when they switch, instead of giving them off to a Kyrie or something like that, you're giving them off to then a KD, and KD doesn't kind of have to, you know, take off those defensive possessions because Ben is just that lethal or that great defensively.
Yeah.
So it's just like that they wouldn't have to do that. But then also on the offensive side of the ball, it's not so much more, you know, pick and roll, but it's like, okay, I'm gonna get to my spot and then I can throw you open. Whereas, hey, I need you to keep doing all this. So it's just it kind of works hand in hand.
Yeah.
But it's also like you've been saying this whole time. What percentage of him am I going to get?
Yeah.
What percentage of him am I going to get?
Which Ben Simmons am I getting, right? Am I getting Ben Simmons, who's the defensive player of the year? Or are you putting Ben Simmons out there in a James Harden role? Hey, we need you out here because we don't have you and we brought you over here for a high price. Just stand out there with the last name Simmons on you and see what you can do. You know what I'm saying? This is a heck of a time for him to come in. We can say like, oh, he's done this before. He's that guy. He's a great defender. But that don't mean that he's in game shape. That don't mean he's ready to go. Listen, you can run as much in practice as you want. That's not replicating a real game. Any player will tell you that.
Yep.
You can run as much in practice as you want. It doesn't change the fact that the guys in practice aren't going to hit you as hard as somebody else will. Listen, your back might feel fine versus the guys you're playing against, running and jumping. And by the way, doing nothing on that dunk, whatever that was. Hey, film this. What the heck was that? But
legitimately nothing.
When you're talking about replicating game speed and replicating it, like your team isn't going to try and hit you the same way that the Boston Celtics will. Your team, when you're backing in, guess what? I'm gonna hit you with a bump. Let's see how the back feel.
Every single time. I mean, and that's the thing. You got to ask P. Will. P. Will said it himself. Hey, bro, when I was out there, I kind of still felt like I was on game 5. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Caruso said the same thing. Caruso said, you're trying to find your way back, but I'm exhausted because I haven't been out here. When he first came back, hey, how'd you feel going into that? Gassed.
Yeah, I think what it is they have to take the Nets have to take this game and then take the first one at the Barclays.
I think they can. Listen, the game was
no, they can.
I'm not saying, like, for me, right? I'm not saying that the Nets are out of this series at all, but the biggest question mark I have is this game happened and everybody says, oh, this happened and KD was off. No, KD was getting clamped. This game happened and Bruce Brown didn't give you his normal production. Bruce Brown isn't a factor to me in this series unless he's giving you 20 plus. So if he ain't giving you 20 plus and 10 rebounds, Kid asked, is he their Draymond Green? I tell you what, if he's their Draymond Green, he need to be doing a lot more because he wasn't doing nothing out there except getting active. To me,
hey, we call that getting active out here.
We call that getting active.
But he wasn't getting those normal. Bruce Brown is only effective when you see him get the slip. They give him the ball, and then it's just either him standing there to get that little float or that lob.
Look, they're taking away. Boston's doing a great job defensively.
He's not doing anything.
Back door that takes away Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown,
he's in the corner.
He in the corner, and what he doing? Taking off. That's all. His whole game is, I'm in the corner. I'm taking off. I'm the back door guy. If you taking away the back door and you got a good enough defender to take away the front, Bruce Brown is in.
He just out there.
Just out there. He played what? What he played? 30 minutes? 36 minutes. He got 5 more points than I did. You know what I'm saying? So it's for me, right? It's a whole different thing, Larry. And I don't know if just, not to say that they can't get it, it's Kevin Durant, and I don't think the series will be called that way. But I don't know if dropping Ben Simmons into this just changes it completely. The one thing that I'll say is I want him doing nothing on the offensive end except facilitate.
At minimum, he's gonna throw you open.
Ben Simmons, exactly.
Seth, the minute he puts him in, Seth will be dry. I guarantee you 20 plus.
Yeah.
20,
And that's your difference, and you're going to need every bit of it, right? Ben Simmons' IQ on that side of the ball, on the offensive side of the ball, changes what the Nets do moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, if Ben Simmons has the ball in his hands, even if he's not able to move around as well because he just hasn't been out there, he hasn't been in game shape, whatever it is, it changes the way that the ball is distributed because he's got that level of IQ. Now Kyrie can legitimately play off ball. He's giving you 39 while playing on ball. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Durant's getting more opportunities where you're not just setting him up. Hey, KD, go to work. KD can actually just get the ball in a position where he can take off. Like, I think the biggest impact Ben Simmons is going to bring to a game just because of how long he's been out is going to be on that end with the ball handling. But on the defensive end, I hope he's not a liability. But I got to see him play. I got to see him move.
Yeah, I got to see it. I think that's going to be one of the biggest differences. Like, because what is what's gonna happen when he's in? I mean, at minimum, I will say, I feel like we in for one of the best playoffs because
Ooh.
it's just like you got the young dude
Oh, you
showing
talking
up.
about overall?
Yeah, overall,
Yeah.
like I feel like you got all the young dudes showing up. I just hate the fact LaMelo wasn't in it, but hey.
Hey, listen, I don't hate the fact because if LaMelo was in it, he'd be getting smoked right now. At least
hey, he was the only one that was trying.
hey, at least at least I know Trae Young playing awful. It took Trae Young playing awful and Duncan Robinson playing like Trae Young for y'all to get this win. I feel like Atlanta's gonna make this close the rest of the way. LaMelo would have been getting his head kicked in by y'all. Hey, I got some issues with Miles Bridges out here, man.
Hey, that man
Got to do better, fam. I didn't realize he hit a little girl when that happened.
Nah, I
didn't
see him
realize
throw
that
the
until I saw him
mouthpiece.
apologizing.
Yeah. Nah,
You know what I'm saying? I didn't I didn't realize he threw his mouthpiece. I thought he just swung it.
I didn't know that either.
And then he threw his mouthpiece and busted a chick upside her head. Like that, I was like, you gotta relax, brother. You gotta chill a little bit. You wilding out here, Mike.
I'm like, full saliva, bro. Like,
oh, that's wild, bro. You can't be throwing the mouthpiece. He was like, that's not indicative of who I am. Y'all know me. Y'all know what I am. I'm like, dog, still mouthpiece throw?
yeah,
Like,
bro. Like,
I think there has to be, I will say this, right? There's some fans that do go too far. I don't know if any fan went too far with Kyrie. Like,
no, you gotta let that. I'm with Kyrie on that though. You gotta let that go, dog. Like, the stories is out there, bro. Like, even Jason said, like, what y'all thought went on, bro. Like, actually, it did not go down like that. Like, y'all giving this man legit heat for like. I'm not gonna say no reason because he did say one thing, he left.
But that's
dog. It's been 3 years.
Hey, look. Hey, listen. So that's the fans. It's some people that get booed off.
Hey, and you can do that, but when he out there giving you the bird.
But my thing is, prove it on the court. You want to know how you shut them up? You rip their hearts out. You know what I'm saying? Reggie Miller ripped out the Knicks' hearts. So it's like, for me, that's what it is. You know what I mean? Like, you rip their hearts out. I'd have rather seen that. And he played great. He played great basketball. He absolutely torched them after he did that. He pissed them off. But listen, you got to get the dub. What Buddy did when they was in Philly? Wasn't that James Harden? He went over to Kevin Hart and said, I want you to know you did this to your team.
He tell your team what you did to him.
Tell your team what you did to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have that moment for me.
I missed the back and forth though.
I will say this. I don't get the whole like they finna fine him for giving fans the finger and all of it. Like, listen, we've had worse than that.
That's the game. Like,
but
that's the game.
We've had worse than that. But I do feel like, dog, you gotta just rip their hearts out. Like, the focus should be, y'all finna get destroyed on both ends.
He was doing his thing. It was just an unfortunate.
But the team, you know what? Maybe that's more on the team. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if that's my teammate, we balling out for him.
Yeah.
I'm talking trash for him. You know what I'm saying? If that's my teammate, I'm like, maybe that's KD. Like if they was talking to KD would have been like, hey, we ain't doing that. And then he'd have been up. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
they gonna show up next game, though.
Hey, he showed up this game.
He gonna show. KD gonna show up next game.
You talking about KD?
They gonna be straight.
They gonna be straight. I think it's gonna be a fun series, man. I think the playoffs is gonna be fun. I mean, I love the first weekend of the playoffs, bro. Other than what games were bad? Atlanta, Miami was bad.
Atlanta, Miami was bad.
That's it.
Oh, and Toronto, Philly.
Oh, Toronto and Philly. Toronto and Philly was bad. You know what? No, Golden State and
Golden State and Denver. No, we missed Golden State, dog.
Hey, they had that man Jokic dead.
Hey, he was like, I got y'all this far. Now I need help. Bro.
Hey, Jokic. Hold up. Jokic. Right here. Let me tell you this right now. I get European, very loyal. I understand. But you don't want to re-up there. You don't want to re-up there, brother. Come on now. What you going to get? Michael Porter Jr., bad back? My back. What you going to get? Jamal Murray, bad knee? My knee. Come on over here. Where we'll be on the court even when we're injured. Chicago, we want you. You know AK. Give him a call. Stay safe out there. Anyway, what happened? Good Lord. Oh, we're back. Oh, yeah. Hey, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us as always, man. We got a ton of content coming y'all way throughout the rest of the playoffs. Y'all already know how that's going. I keep promising y'all these Bears videos. I'm going to try and get to them today, but there's so much going on with the playoffs. We got stuff going on over on.
I just bought a camera, too, so y'all can get off my neck. That's what I was doing.
You bought a camera while we on here?
Yeah. I bought a camera so y'all can get off my neck. Anderson 1080. Get off my neck, dog.
Hey, we got to get the camera right. We're going to get the lighting right. We're going to get you right, my boy. We're going to get your background set up a little bit better. We're going to do you right, my boy. We're going to get you looking better out here. You ain't going to lie to you. You look like you was in a dungeon, dog. We was concerned. Blink twice if you need help. That's what it was. Hey, man, for Pat the Designer, it's the Brody Bro, Ringo J. Make sure to follow us over on Twitter as well, at Pat the Designer, at Stefan the Don. I keep forgetting to throw the 1 on there, but Stefan the Don 1. Y'all get in tune with us over there, man. Hey, we appreciate y'all for showing so much love. Hey, yo, Chicago, y'all stay safe out there, man. Peace.